So in my last video, I talked about how the job market is so bad for us Gen Z and how a lot of people seem to agree. So today, I'm making a Gen Z is Cooked Part 2, and this time it's about the global war conflicts right now. Yay! So if some of you haven't been keeping up with the news, basically as of the writing of the script, it is almost confirmed that the US will have some sort of involvement in the war in the Middle East. Yup, you heard me right. Now regardless of what you believe or what side of the political spectrum you're on or who's right or who's wrong, I think we could both generally agree that going to war is bad. Like I think I can go out on a limb and confidently say war equals bad. And the reason why Gen Z is cooked is because of the selective service system. So if you don't know, here it is. If you're in the US, like I am, and you are between 18 and 25 and a guy, then congratulations, you have to register for the selective service system. Now what is that? Well basically in times of war, if the US wants more soldiers, then the US will get more soldiers. Thus, you will be drafted and deployed and sent out onto the front lines to fight for freedom for the good old US of A. Now, you can probably tell that since tensions across the globe are heating up and nations are backing each other, there is a kind of good likelihood that the US will get involved in the war in some sort. I don't think it's incredibly high, or who knows, maybe it is. Maybe like 4 days after posting this, I'll get drafted. I don't know. But I still think the chance is there. I'm pretty sure like there's even reports right now out that the US is like sending bombs over to the Middle East, but I'm not too sure. But I mean, hey, if I get drafted, boys, buckle up. If I'm gonna be losing my life in battle, I will make sure to turn every bit of it into content I can. Like, I'll be the military Mr. Beast, but instead of giving like 100 people eyesight, I'll just be dodging 100 bullets. Or something like that, I don't know. On the off chance it happens, if some guy sees this, I will be trademarking my idea, alright? This came from me. I'm gonna become the military Mr. Beast, by the way, if I get drafted. Every second's gonna be content. But in all seriousness, as a Gen Zer, it's pretty devastating when you were taught history about war and protests and its effects, and now every day it is becoming more and more real. Like, it's no longer a joke. This actually kind of might happen. And make of this what you will, but I don't think it's a good idea to get ourselves involved in a war in the Middle East when we have a president that campaigned on America first. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but all I'm pointing out is how are you gonna campaign on America first, but then turn around and get involved in international politics and concern yourself with wars on the other side of the globe, my guy? Like, another problem is rising food and gasoline prices, and they're also to blame on to why Gen Z as a whole is struggling. And what's even funnier to me is that we had a whole nother billionaire in office to help with this situation. But you see how that turned out. Look, all I'm saying is, as someone who is Gen Z, it is getting harder and harder every day to not give up hope. Like, as I see tensions rise, honestly, I'm not saying I will ditch the US by any means. I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is Canada is looking real nice right now. Looking like a temptress. But hey, at least we get our freedom, right? Anyway, I don't really know how to end off this video, so I'm just going to end it here. Alright, have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Try not to get drafted, boys. Bye-bye!
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.